Hey kid, you looking for answers? Wrong stop. But if you're into messy stories about addiction, mental health, and the side of life that no one else wants to discuss, come, stay a while. This is Malfunction Junction. I'm Andrew. That's Jay. We're just two guys trying to figure some shit out before the next bus rolls in. Sit tight. Might get weird. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Malfunction Junction.
Thank you for joining us.
This is Andrew.
This is Jay.
How's everybody doing today? Jay, you got anything new this week?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I do too.
Nice.
So,
I guess we'll kick us off before we get into it. Shout out some of our listeners.
yeah, we have a new listener. I believe it was singular. It was, dude, I can't believe it, but Mars.
Yeah. There's one of those colonies out there, man. They're starting to get more advanced. They went from single cell life forms back in like 2002.
I think
And
so,
they're
yeah.
on podcast now. Isn't that
They're
crazy?
on podcast now.
Yeah, it's wild.
Something to do with Elon's Neuralink.
Yeah, I heard they're gooners, whatever that means. I'm not sure.
Oh, boy. I didn't hear that. That's a shame.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently Elon gave him something in the chip that made him...
Just goon out.
Yeah, whatever that means. I don't know.
I've heard many different definitions of it, and none of them are good.
Fair play.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, shout out listeners on Mars, Mars Rover, Elon, whoever's out there. Thank you for joining us.
Might be Matt Damon.
Oh, I forgot he was out there still.
I think, is he stuck?
I think he's still out
Yeah,
there.
he's probably still out there. That's a shame. Hope he's not too lonely.
Well, he's got that Mars Rover that, it died recently, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
That's a shame.
He might be getting some alien puss. Although I don't know if aliens have, quote unquote, pussy. It may just be like an amorphous, like blob or indentation.
I don't know if Martians do, but I bet you some other alien species do.
Oh, 100%.
There's got to be a bunch of them.
Dude, some Anunnaki, or what are the other ones? There's the Nordics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cool ones.
You're telling me that
The
a reptilian,
Greys.
you can't fuck a reptilian?
Would that be the roughest?
You can still do it.
I don't know. You got to be real careful which direction you're going. Probably feels really good one way, and then you go back against the scales, and it's fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part.
Yeah, give me one of the Greys, the little like 3'6".
See, those are the ones that I think are actually us that just evolved past the point of needing.
I thought that was the Nordics.
sexual.
Aren't the Nordics?
I think it's the Greys. I don't fucking know.
I don't know, man. There's like 4 alien races that I see everybody talking about online. We'll ask our boys Travis and Dawson over at
Yes.
Pumpkin Hill Radio. They're lunatics. They're out of their minds.
Out of their
I love
minds.
them. They believe everything, so I'll ask them.
At the very least, they will, like, toggle it in their mind as like, yeah, I believe that. And then eventually they're like, yeah, no.
I'm just glad that they're not like believers in star seeds. That's the only thing that really fucking drives you up a wall.
What's that one?
Star seeds are these group of, let's be real here, it's white women. There's nobody else doing this dumb shit. It's white women. And it's these white women that believe that they are birthed as like a conduit to the intergalactic federations. They have like the ability to remote view the alien races. And so they channel and speak the alien races, and they're able to go off with astral projection to these other realms. And then they go like, and that's how they talk. And they'll be like, see, I spoke alien.
Well, how do you know?
It's like, dog, I had a fucking pastor when I was like 12 who told me he could speak in tongues.
Yeah.
And clearly just made shit up.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. But this is somehow worse.
Yeah, it is.
You know why it's worse?
Why?
White women.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Brutal.
Brutal.
Shout out our ladies of all kinds of races. But the white ones, they're always into some weird shit.
They're always into some weird shit. No hate. Just, your guys are into some weird shit, dude.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, white guys aren't much better. Shout out my furry. Shout out my furry friends.
Dude, there's some they always say white people don't have culture. What the hell are you talking about? We're just into some weird shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You ever had a rim job? That's us, man.
Yeah.
We came up with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that shit.
You ever heard of cuckolding? Who else is doing that? What other races are letting their girl get fucked? That's white culture.
That's
dude.
white culture, dude.
Yeah.
This is you know. This is what you know who wanted. Can't say his name on podcast. It's like Voldemort. But
Who?
Adolf Hitler.
No. This was what he envisioned.
This is probably not what he envisioned.
Just a bunch of white cuckolds and furries.
Yeah. I didn't think that. I think he was imagining that he would be the one doing the dick cutting, and not, or at least like his regime doing the dick cutting, and not people doing it themselves.
Yeah, right. Germans are freaks, bro. They're in all that BDSM shit. They're wild.
There was that one German guy that wanted to get he like his fetish was to have someone kill him and eat him. You ever hear about that guy?
The one that was like on the cannibal sites.
Yeah, I think so.
Caught. Yeah.
I don't know if he ever got caught. I think he got killed and eaten.
There was
and then
few
that
cases
guy got caught, and then that guy got
on
caught.
on the dark web.
Yeah,
wild shit.
Depravity.
Can't act like I'm all normal either, dude.
No, I've got some fucked up shit in my.
Freak.
I got some fucked up shit too, but I do not really.
We don't kink shame here, as long as we're into it. If we're not into it, then we will kink shame.
What about? Oh, hold on. I'm trying to think about this, like logically, like.
Probably not the best.
Would
idea.
I want to be killed and eaten? I think that might be interesting.
I think I'm thinking of somebody else because the one I had seen was a guy who wanted to be eaten before he was killed.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I feel like it was Canadian.
How do you even do that?
Cutting off pieces of your body and then, like, cooking it. And just, like, slow bleeding out.
That sounds horrible.
You can do it. The human body can do
I'm aware of that one.
crazy shit as long as you don't cut any main arteries or internals.
Yeah. That's
Wild.
intense.
Yeah, man. We don't support it.
We don't support that one.
It is white culture though, so
It is still white culture.
give us something.
Yes, please. Anyway, let's get on to the next thing here. We got clean but still a mess here.
Mm-hmm.
I have continued to yell at cyclists on the road, and it has almost gotten me into 2 more fights. And
Cyclists are cool.
no, they're not, dude. What are you even saying?
Dude, with their helmet, those little shorts. they
Those
wear,
guys,
so
look,
cool.
bro. Those guys are at least on the fucking
So
road.
cool.
Well, those guys are at least on the fucking road. What about the fucking look? Why are you riding an e-bike on the sidewalk?
See, you're a walker. I hate the ones that are in the street. 'Cause I don't
Dude,
walk.
I
anywhere.
don't really like the ones that are in the street either. But like, better than at least you're in the fucking street rather than the fucking dude. Like on Broadway here, like, fucking get off the fucking sidewalk.
No,
with your
that's where they
goddamn
should be.
bike that goes 40 miles an hour.
They should be on the sidewalk.
No,
Not
No.
going 40.
those fucking e-bikes can go like 40, 50 miles an hour.
Fair.
Get
But
on
as
the
long as
fucking
you're-
road.
As long as you're not gunning it, go on the sidewalk.
Doug, I've had to. There were two different people I've had to yell at because they were gunning it on the fucking sidewalk. Go on the road.
Were they receptive?
No, they both of them came back and said, "Fuck you, motherfucker," and I said, "Okay, let's bring this out over here. Come here," and they just kept riding. Well, except for that one guy, I tossed him on the road, but that's neither here nor there.
It might be here.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you said it's neither here nor there. It might be here. You did do it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It is relevant.
I did toss that guy on the road.
Yeah, he did.
But he tried to
He
fucking
did.
we talked about this last week. He tried to run me over.
I do think it would be pretty funny to see you get hit by an e-bike.
That would be pretty funny. And by the way, I also saw that same guy.
Because you'd fall
I
weird.
saw that same guy the other day. And I saw him, and he was like about to ride down the sidewalk that I was on, and he saw me, and he went up the other road. Like, yes, that's right.
Start pulling the old 110 out again. Like, remember last time, brother?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I just continued yelling at cyclists,
Yeah,
and
the
then
feud goes on.
I'm moving in a week, and that's about to be very stressful. So we will. This is, I don't know, maybe not our last one in this studio, but definitely one, at the very least, the one before the last one in this studio, because I will have a nice new apartment to have and I have like an actual studio room. And there, I think it's this one, right? Nice. Look at it. Yeah, moving out of the shit show that is a fucking big
It's a
new
studio?
apartment complex. The new one?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a 2-bedroom.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, it's a 2-bedroom, so I have like an extra room per studio.
Fuck yeah.
'Cause I
How
don't
much?
fucking-
18?
What?
18?
For the bed? For it? No, fucking nope. 13.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Nice.
man. Yeah, man. 1,300, and it's 1,000 square feet.
The rent crisis is overstated.
Oh, well, it just recently went down here.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Is it 2 beds,
30%.
1 bath?
2 beds, 2 bath.
Damn. Boy.
And I
I
got
double that for a 2 bed, 2 bath.
where at?
Over in Lakewood. It has an attached garage, which was a like that same complex had properties for
That'll add you out like
17.
its own thing.
But I also wanted to have a townhome.
Sure.
I was tired of having people living over me
Yeah.
or under me. Like I don't like it. I want to be in my own place where I don't have to worry about like fucking people making noise.
Sure.
So it is sick.
That's good. Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's fucking. It realistically speaking, it's just a place to fucking have for a little while, but I am just really excited. The main thing I'm excited about is getting the fuck out of this place. I would never, for the rest of my life, live in a larger complex again.
Yeah.
Especially one
always
that's
brutal.
especially one that's been built like recently. Because like the one that I mean, obviously I haven't moved into the new place yet, so it's like I can't tell what it's going to be like. But I talked to some of the neighbors there, and they all like there's 2 people I talked to. One of them had lived there for 12 years. The other one had lived there for 7 years. So it's like, oh, that tells me that this is not a terrible place to live.
No, also one of the cheat codes is renting private in a condominium complex. Like where it's permanent
Yeah.
residence.
Yeah, that's
So
a
they
good
give
idea.
a shit about their community.
Yeah.
Like they live there, they own
Yeah.
that home, they
That
take
is a
care of
good
their
idea.
shit. You know, it's usually families. If you can find a place that's like subletted from a condo complex,
Yeah.
it's so much nicer.
Yeah,
Because
that
the
is
apartment
easy.
complexes, they're trying to cut every corner. It's a bunch of people who don't give a fuck about the property.
This fucking place is BlackRock as fuck. It's straight up. It's Avalon is a subsidiary of Blackstone or whatever. BlackRock.
But which one is it?
I don't remember. One of the 2.
Interestingly, they are both property acquisition groups.
I believe they're both under the same umbrella company.
No, not Blackstone.
I don't know.
Use your phone, boy.
I don't really care that much.
Fair.
But Avalon sucks. Avalon, if your apartment complex ever gets bought out by Avalon, run. Just don't re-sign. Just get out.
And that's where you're moving?
No, it's a different.
Oh,
I'm
this
moving-
one
This
is-
one is Avalon.
Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we got going on. And then also, I guess I did also I started brewing at the Kava Bar for you and everybody else. I'll hit that one again.
There you go. I was going to tell you to do that
Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually kind of stoked on it because it's you know, I fucking needed something, and it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It gets 2 birds stoned at once, if you will.
one. Hell yeah.
So yeah, and it's also close it's really close to my fucking apartment, because also the other one's just down the street. So Nice. Not bad. How about you?
So I can't go too into depth about my clean, but still a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last time I was this angry at somebody.
Oh.
And I've been angry for about a week now.
Oh.
Now, I guess let me better put the details. Because this is our buddy, whom I love dearly, I genuinely care about.
Correct.
Refuses to acknowledge that ketamine is a drug.
Ah. Now I know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Just in total fucking denial. He's like, oh, dude, it's just psychedelic. And I'm like, no. He's like, well, it's a dissociative. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, but people act like it's a drug. I'm like, it is a drug, and it is addictive. And he's like, well, it's not addictive like meth. And I'm like, that's not what I'm saying.
Dude.
Stop saying that. I'm not, every time I fucking say something that is correct, you find a thing to like compare it to so that what I said is like somehow less correct. And it makes you want to kill him. But the drugs are affecting his behavior. And he's been acting more erratic.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but I think he went out to the Midwest, probably had an argument with somebody about politics, and then he has been obsessed with politics.
Well,
and I tried talking to him, and he still thinks it's about his views. He thinks that I'm pro-Trump and against him having a opinion about it the other way.
Like,
but I try to tell him, if you commit, like, dude, I talk about policy with Spencer, another good friend of mine, all the time. And it is almost exclusively against Trump's decisions. There are almost none of them this presidential term that I agree with whatsoever.
Bingo.
And we talk about policy and like, oh, dude, you hear this? Yeah, I don't really think this makes sense. It may have these benefits, da-da-da-da-da. But then our buddy comes in and he goes, oh, fuck Trump. You're like, okay, all right, thank you for that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, like, he doesn't understand the idea of consensual conversation.
Well,
like,
yeah, that's
hey,
true.
me approaching, I start talking to him like, oh, are you interested in this? Oh, no. Okay, so cool, I'm not going to do that. He'll just walk up and start bitching about it to you, and you go, what the fuck are you doing?
Have I ever showed you my impression of him?
No, it's here.
Cool. This is, I mean, obviously not going to come across as well. I mean, fuck it, let's do it.
We love you, Nick.
We'll cut his name in there, maybe.
No, it's okay.
Or whatever. Have you ever been to Austin, Texas?
No.
Oh. This is a picture of Austin, Texas.
Cool, man.
This is a picture of me in Austin, Texas.
Cool, man.
This is a picture of a cat I saw in Austin, Texas.
That's really nice, buddy.
Yeah, it's just, bro. Hey, man. I get it. Like,
yeah. So he is killing me right now, and then he keeps calling me Trump-tard, and he apologized for it, and I hope he means it. But he did send me multiple texts threatening the business.
what? Like what?
Like he said, I was like, yo, your behavior is really like worrying some people, and it's making people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you don't want me there because I'm like not a pro-Trump tard.
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. And then he said, you know, you're discriminating against me. Like, I could watch and see how your business is. Your business will fail. Go ahead, ban me, and watch your bars suffer. You guys are going to go under. When people hear about this, just wait.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait till I talk to my other friends about it. I'm like, so you're going to go out and spread rumors and make this seem like it's about your political views. You really want to do that, dog?
Yeah.
You really
that's
want to do
probably...
that? You know who works there?
Yeah.
Do you know who I am? And then to make that accusation, and he's like, and then he calls me a Trump tard and says that they all hate like gay people and da da da. And I'm like, do you know who my friends are? Do you understand? I hang out with like half of my friends are gay furries, which is crazy to say out loud, but
no, yeah, but
nonetheless, they are my closest friends. I love those people; they're great, and. Like, I mean, how the fuck are you gonna like make these weird accusations about me being tethered into like all of the hateful ideology of the people I hang out with and talk to every day? And then I talk to him about it, and I'm like, yo, well, what have I ever said that would make you think that? And he's like, oh, nothing. Like, so why'd you call me that? Okay. And he keeps saying that, and every time he says it, I want to lose my mind. But I'll go, yeah, so this doesn't make sense. You said this isn't true, and da da da. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like, Nick, come on, brother. So he's hopefully gonna, take a little break.
I hope.
He said he thinks he has black mold in his apartment. Hopefully that'll get taken care of, and hopefully his behavior will balance out.
I don't think it's the black mold that's causing his behavior like that.
Yeah.
I think it's the mixture of a few drugs.
Yeah. Ketamine and what's the other one? Fun Adderall.
Mm-hmm. Not even.
That's why I called it fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it's not really that fun. I mean, it's great, but at the same time, it's being like, that's a bad path to go down.
Yeah, I'm being sardonic.
Yeah.
Anywho.
But yeah, so go get help. Hopefully you can.
We care for him dearly, and I do genuinely hope he figures out.
Yeah, man.
And just takes a little accountability.
It's the accountability part. You gotta. It's like
I kept telling him, if you can understand why people are uncomfortable, I'll let you back.
Yeah.
But you walking around yelling and being angry and walking up to people,
laughing uncontrollably about stuff that nobody else is seeing, and then going, "Have you seen this?" And you're just like, "What are you talking about?"
When people are sitting there having conversation about their own traumas in life, and you walk up and just start bitching about something they didn't ask to be a part of. But if he just says, yeah, I shouldn't have done that, and I fucked up, and I shouldn't be talking like that, I'd be like, all right, come on back.
Yeah.
But until he acknowledges that he did something that was over the line, he's not welcome.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Reminds me of another friend we had that went down this path and eventually got banned.
It does. I was just thinking about that.
I heard some stories about him too.
About Patty Sadcakes?
Patty McDUI.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Again, that would be number 4, by the way.
Yeah.
That was jail time.
Yeah.
Shocker. I called that years ago. Or a year ago.
Blackcock DUI.
Okay.
Leaving the casino.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I literally called that.
He was another one. Randomly, he doing a bunch of fucking ketamine.
Yeah.
And whatever the fuck else he was mixing in. I think a bunch of MDMA. And one day he randomly came up to me and was like, oh, I got thrown out of the casino because they had an Israeli flag up. Okay. Fuck that shit, dude. I don't fucking deal with that bullshit. I told him to tear that shit down, dude. You're not gonna fucking force that on me, da 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 da. And I was like, what do you know about that conflict? He's like, nothing. I was like, so what? Why are you fucking losing it?
That's hilarious, dude.
I'm like, I didn't know you were a big advocate for this. He's not.
No, he's not.
It's the same with Nick. It's because I look the way I look.
It's a virtue signal.
I'm a straight white dude.
It's funny that particular sound came in. I didn't, but that was back.
Yeah. Because I'm a straight white dude, I have to try and convince these people that, despite how I look, I actually understand this issue very well.
Sure.
And then you're lecturing me about it, about fucking, what xenophobia is. And I'm like, I understand that. These are my friend groups. Then I got Patrick lecturing me about what?
A straight white dude? Aren't they fucking quote unquote straight white dudes?
I don't know what Pat is.
Fucking something.
Well,
in terms of gay wise.
The liberals, the libs, they love to take on this pack mentality where they no longer see themselves as subject. Nick also accused me of, he was like, oh, so you're doing this because I have ADHD. You just want to, this is, what did he call it? What was the term he used? Ableism. That's what it was. He said I was being ableist towards him.
Right. Yeah.
He found something that he could categorize himself to where I'm still the idea of his demon. And I'm like, dog, I support you. This is also, I'm most likely am in the same boat.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I mean, I'm as fucking crazy as they come. And it's just
yeah, and I don't get it because I'm I hear you, I fully understand the depth of this. I have done actual footwork activism and we recently put together a charity drive for the local stuff in the community. I've been outspoken about the decisions being made by authoritarian leaders. What did you say?
Listen, if you didn't donate, you're a bad person.
Exactly. It's like you're doing all this, and then I have to like listen to a lecture about somebody who knows less on the topic than I do.
Well, not even less. It's like none.
None. Yeah.
None. And it's like, I mean, literally only they know from fucking TikTok, and he doesn't remember it because he's too fucking high all the time.
7 memes. They saw 7 memes, and they remember 1.5 of them.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up on my phone. All right.
Oh, did you see this? Oh, how about we treat Trump with the same level of empathy he showed Joe Biden? I don't know. I'm not Trump or Biden. Why is that going to dictate my treatment of individuals? That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's what children do.
Yeah.
Go, oh, well, he was mean, so I'm going to be mean to him. Like, yeah, that's not how that works, dog. You maintain your principle and your character.
Yeah.
Trying to explain that feels like I'm trying to explain fucking quantum physics.
To them,
Yes.
you are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love him, though. I hope
Empathy.
Hope he comes around, man.
Which one? Patty Sadcakes or Mr. Gurr, as we like to call him?
Mr. Gurr. You know, I wish Matt would come around, too.
Why?
Because I want to see people do well in life.
Oh, come around.
I don't mean,
sense.
yeah, I don't mean literally
Okay.
come around. I just mean like, get over the
Okay.
hump.
No. I agree with that.
And then
I do agree with that.
If they fully did, then sure they can actually come back. But
I mean,
I just don't see it as being.
I mean, like, dude, like, the problem is that they're kind of both, very stubborn and very think that they're right.
Yeah, well,
Always.
they both have a habit, which again I think, having seen people in active addiction, it's a very consistent pattern.
Yeah, no, it is.
But it's everyone else has to be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, no, my behavior isn't changing. No, I'm not fucked up. No, you can't tell. No, nobody does it.
No.
Everybody does it, whatever it is. But it's everyone else's opinion that's wrong, and it's me. And I made I said this fucking 20 times. If one person has a problem with you, they might be an asshole. If 5 people have a problem with you, it may be a friend group of assholes. Mm. If 20 people have a problem with you, you're probably an asshole.
Yeah,
like it's not fucking rocket science, especially when there are people that care about you and say they want you to do well. It's like you want me to fucking go, oh well, fuck everybody else, and you get to come and still upset them? No,
yeah, no,
I'm not doing that.
No, it doesn't make any sense, dude.
Moving forward into a lighter topic.
Yeah, let's discuss.
Maybe not.
Why do people shoot up schools?
Or public places in general.
Yeah, public places in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, why does it happen? And I think we explored some ideas before this of the, drug, the pharmaceutical medications that are being prescribed to however many young children to adults.
Yeah.
For various lists of needs for psychiatric purposes. Mm-hmm. And, obviously, I think I don't think, we did some research on it. It looks like you did, at least.
Very interesting data about how infrequent it is, quite frankly.
Yeah, and I think
1 in 10 actively on medication at the time.
And I think, I was thinking about that more. It's like, because I can speak from the perspective of having been on medications since I was a kid. I've been on, various different types of fucking, somewhere near like 70 different types of medications over my whole life. And, since I was 13. But like, I never shot up a school. It wasn't something that was like, I'm gonna fucking, it was like, so what I'm trying to say by that is like, I feel like there's something else in that person's brain that makes them go like, well, I'm going to make everybody else pay for it.
Well, see, that's why I think so much of it is a social issue.
Yeah.
Because interestingly, like you said, fewer than 1 in 3 K through 12 school shooters have ever used psychiatric medication. Only about 1 in 10 were on meds at the time of attack. Now that percentage mirrors very closely to what the national percentage is, which is 9.2%. For minors on psychiatric medication, regardless, just as a blanket for all the youth in the U.S., it's about 9.2%, which is very close to the right around 1 in 10 for the people who are doing this. And it seems that, the mass shooting epidemic. I actually talked to someone about this recently. There's a great proverb that's like, if a child does not feel the love of his village, when he grows old, he will burn it down just to feel its warmth. And it seems to be this kind of exacerbated, like,
That's interesting.
vindictive mentality. That's like, you don't understand what I'm going through,
Right.
and so you all have to pay for this. And I think now with like social media, the level of ostracization, because I had periods of being like kind of isolated from friends. Like
too.
I didn't really have a lot of close friends. I was friends with everybody. Everybody
Sure.
knew me. I knew everyone. I was not a popular kid, but very well known.
Sure. Yeah.
But the amount of kids I actually hung out with outside of school was never more than one or two at any given point in my
Yeah.
life.
Very few.
I wasn't like spending time with people.
Right,
And
yeah.
so I felt very, very cut off. But now, like, it's to a point that some of these kids have zero social interactions. And then they're on
Outside
fucking
of
social
fucking-
media. Yep.
Yeah. Discord type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're on fucking social media looking at all this violent and aggressive shit.
Violent, aggressive shit, and then when they say something, it's either to trigger hate or they get hate for it.
Yeah, the rage bait these
Yeah.
days is...
And like they get hate from
Infuriating.
shit that's just like someone else trying to do that. Someone else going, fuck you, you're gay. And it's just like, dude, what? And just like, yo, this is and like I've kind of gotten off of. I have the fucking Instagram because of this, but I don't get on Twitter anymore. I don't get on Facebook. Like, it's fucking.
a lot better for your mental health.
It's a lot better for your mental health, just not paying attention to all the problems of the world. And
Well,
it's like, look, it's one thing if it's like, yeah, I would like to know more about this topic. And like,
Yeah, you
it's
do
good
research.
you do research and it's like, oh, and there's news articles about it now. And it's a good thing that all exists. But I do not need to have all of the problems of the world at my fingertips.
No, and I think one thing that's... this is fully speculative, but I do feel like with something like mass shootings, that there is very much a follow the leader type of behavior. Like, I know this is such a crazy word to use for it, but it's trendy. And so, like, let me use an example
yeah.
here.
No, I get it.
Like acid attacks in London
Sure.
or the rest of the UK.
Sure.
It's like, do I think that there were hundreds of people who couldn't get access to a firearm, and they were all like, you know what, I'll use acid. I don't think they all came to that conclusion on their own. I think it started happening, and then people were like,
Oh, that's a
I'll
good
do
idea.
that.
Yeah.
And then they started fucking following through. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a thing in the U.S. because it never
Well,
needed to be a thing, and it never picked
It's
up
not a
here.
thing in the U.S. because we have guns. That was another thing I was going to argue is that type
And
of
they
thing
have
happened.
knives too. They could have.
Well, yeah, but you can get a lot more people with a bucket full of acid than you can one knife.
This happened with anthrax too. Like, there were multiple of these like attempted biochemical attacks after that happened. And
Yeah,
I
and I
feel
think
like
that,
with
like-
shootings, there's a similar response of like, you see it happen, and if you're that isolated, pissed off kid, you're mad at the world, and
Yeah.
then you see someone else go and do this action,
Yeah.
and everybody demonizes that kid, and for whatever reason, this young child empathizes and feels like that person emulates exactly what their life experience is.
Yeah.
Like, you feel
that was
isolated
actually
and
something
cut
that we
off.
saw with the most recent one, and I think I forget exactly where it was.
Milwaukee, I believe.
but Milwaukee, that's right. And I listened to a podcast that went over its
wait. Minneapolis. Minneapolis.
wherever it was, dude.
Yeah. It was in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right. It was in Minneapolis. But I listened to a podcast where they went over like what the manifesto said, and it was a lot of like,
I read it, yeah.
pretty fucking dark shit. And like the picture that the kid drew, and it's like with him and the demon and the mirror. It's like, yo, something's wrong here, and I mean, it's a real sad case, but it's at the same time, it's, it might be like, I mean, it could be a number of things, from wanting to be seen to wanting to make people pay for what they, to wanting to emulate. And this I
Which
know
I
that
think
this
has
particular,
always been there. That's
Yeah.
always existed with youth. That's never not been a thing.
Sure.
It's just that now we have like this presented outlet. That's, again, I think the problem
and
will
some
always
kids
be
are
that
seen.
we
because of
demonize
it.
the kids
Yeah.
instead of the action.
Sure.
And like when I see these incidents, a lot of times, I feel like the social response is, what a horrible piece of shit, evil,
Yeah.
da 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 da. And a lot of times, to me, especially when it's younger people, even when it's like people in their 20s, my initial reaction is like, damn, the people in your life failed you pretty bad. Like,
Yeah.
like where are the men in your life to lead you through this? And
No,
like,
yeah.
teach you how to deal with this type of stress. Like, the world does suck. It is brutal. And if you're a young kid, a lot of times, I think everyone has gone through this at some point. You go, oh, it all sucks and it's never going to get better.
Right, yeah.
Like, this is horrible. And that's just part of growing up. And it's being taught the ways to deal with those and how to use outlets, that without it, you start boiling and then you boil over. But again, I think it's, you see it happening around you, and then you're this kid who's isolated, picked on, you're getting fucking rage baited, people are just fucking with you every day. And then here's another kid that happened with, this is what he did, and he was known for it, and now his name's in the paper, and we've given them publicity.
Yeah.
And I think the best example for this, not too far from where we are, is Columbine.
Well, yeah. I don't know if it was the original, but it's
It's
like
the OG of
the blown up ones.
of like the ones in the last 25, 30 years with this like really what's it, sensationalized, like put them in the news, and specifically schools.
Yeah.
And like after Columbine,
We saw a bunch more.
well, and throughout the last 20 years,
Bunch more.
right, and that did kick it off. Again, like you see this trend of it never happening, and then all of a sudden, boom. But what happened after Columbine were all these groups, and I remember hearing about them growing up. But like there were all these online groups of people that glorified those two shooters.
Yeah.
And there were people that like would dress up after them. I've seen edits
that,
of them online.
Yeah.
Like people that make like the fucking TikTok edits of these two.
Yeah.
And their decisions, because like I said, I mean, if you feel like society's just fucked and you've convinced yourself the world is all broken and nothing's ever right, and you have this cynicism when you're 10, 11, 12, 13 years old,
Yeah.
and you go, all right, well, these guys get it and nobody else does.
Yeah. It's yeah.
I don't think it's, again, dissimilar from what you see in certain countries with martyrdom, or certain cultures.
You're right.
You know,
you're all right about that.
if you're in an area where you have this, again, natural arising sense of cynicism and anger towards the world, and somebody else manages it in a way that you see as effective, it does become trendy. It's such a fucking
At the very
rough
least, it
word
becomes
to
like
use.
a copycat thing.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
know, it's a trend is like,
Yeah, one person does it, another person does it.
yeah, like I'm not trying to say it as in like
No,
the way
yeah,
it's
but
used now.
no, yeah.
It's not like fucking fashion, but
No.
yeah, it is that. It's the copycat shit.
It's copycat.
It's like, I'm gonna do what you did.
Well, these guys got
It
it
happens
right. I'm
with
gonna do it.
martyrdom. It happens with fucking
Serial killers. Mm-hmm. Yep. But one of the things I was saying about with like, I don't think it's a gun problem. I've never thought it was a gun problem because of the fact that people don't. Because of the fact that people, if they're going to use what they have, if they feel this way.
Right.
That's why we see the knife attacks. That's why we see the acid attacks.
Yep.
And so it's like, yes, I mean, maybe they'd be able to kill less people than with a fucking.
Of course, gun
big-ass
restrictions
gun.
undeniably would reduce the number of deaths.
Depends on what type of gun restrictions.
Well, that's like I'm saying, blanket policies. Mm-hmm. If you were to heavily limit firearms, you would see a reduction in gun deaths. Is that worth the loss of liberty? I say no.
No.
I don't believe so.
No,
I don't believe that's the right move.
And especially when you take into account what the Second Amendment was written for.
I mean, you literally used to be able to buy guns out of magazines.
Well, and the Second Amendment was not
12.
written so that we could all go hunting and so that we could fucking, make sure that we kill animals and make, the Second Amendment was...
the Second Amendment, though.
The Second Amendment was legitimately...
The Second Amendment.
It was written so that in case there's a tyrannical government, so that we'd be able to overthrow them. Now we're fucked.
And I think, truthfully, that, when I say fuck it, I support what it means. But, regardless of the Second Amendment, just in principle, it's like we had decades in this country where you could buy firearms out of the back of a magazine. And, if you look at our gun statistics globally, it's surprisingly mild compared to how sensationalized it is in the U.S. But, especially if you break down the number of gun owners or the number of firearms and the number of incidents that occur, we have one of the best rates in the world. We also, if you look at right now, gun deaths are the leading cause of death in minors in the United States.
I looked that up, but that's not entirely true.
So it is, unless you do the statistics fairly,
right,
and you take out suicides.
Correct.
It's the same with adults. If you look at gun deaths in the United States and you take out suicides, which account for somewhere between I believe 47 and 53%, somewhere around there. You account for that.
Yeah.
You account for incidental shootings, and you account for police deaths.
Right.
The number of people that get killed in the U.S., our rate is suddenly, our homicide rate
is significantly lower.
Yeah, and it's even, again, mass shootings. It's really hard to do per capita.
Yeah.
Because then, I believe it was Finland or one of those countries was number one because they had 2 out of, a population of 1.5 million.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we have 320 and we've had 30, whatever it is, so it's all right, well, we have less. But realistically, I just think with incidents like that, it's more about the totality of it than the per capita.
No, absolutely.
But I'm going to just, kind of bowl through these stats real quick. We can talk some more about them. So, interestingly, federal reviews found no evidence that psychiatric medication causes school shootings. Around 54% of student attackers had received some mental health treatment, like counseling, before their attack. Most school shooters show suicidality or intent to die during the attack. And I like the point you made earlier. We'll double back in a second. It also pairs with the correlation between the adolescent depression, anxiety, and suicide-related behaviors rising sharply over the last decade. Suicide is now the second leading cause of death for U.S. teens. Emergency visits for youth mental health crises spiked during 2019 during 2021, especially amongst girls. And psychotropic medication prescribing in children has increased steadily over 20 years, reflecting more diagnoses and treatment access, not necessarily more violence. So, I like the point you made earlier about the notion that with so many of these individuals having suicidality, the intent to die, and these past counseling visits, that it may be a lack of medication for the right individual's issue.
Well, and there's also, I know a lot about that from the perspective of it takes medications are not a blanket thing. They don't just work for everybody. There's one medication that I'm diagnosed with bipolar disorder, rapid cycling, and the one medication that my first doctor had said this was the one I think is going to work for you, and I think this is going to make all your problems go away. I was allergic to it, couldn't take it. I would have developed a rash and died.
So it's anaphylaxis.
Yeah. So it was just oh, well, that sucks. And so then it was just 4 more years of searching for another fucking medication. So it's and look, dude, I was going fucking insane at that time in my life because it was just I was on fucking 9 different psychotropics every day.
I mean, will you tell the people how many you've tried throughout your lifetime?
I think I did earlier. It says something somewhere near 70.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not
have they
That's
changed for you over time?
What do you mean?
Were there medications that that worked for you during your younger years that stopped working overtime that you had to switch off of?
No.
Or it just was like,
Not yet.
nope, not this one. Nope, not this one.
Nope, not this one. Nope, not this one. Nope, not this one. And for a little while, I stayed on a couple for, because I wasn't able to tell what anything was doing when you're on 9 at a time. And so it's like, okay, this one might work. And then it's like, oh, that one doesn't work. Okay, well, this one might work. And it's like, well, that one doesn't work. It's just like, fucking, it was pretty brutal, man. And, it was, I get why that type of shit, I get why these kids, like, think it's never going to end. Because it really, truly felt like
both of us were suicidal in our teen years.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I 100% understand that pain. But interesting, this is where I guess I should probably put a disclaimer that I'm very much aware of the fact that I am not a researched or educated mental health professional. But just from a speculative standpoint, like, it's weird to have this sudden rise in violence or what's the term I heard used before? Like, there's two different types of suicide. There's essentially like women are technically, I believe, attempt it more frequently.
Oh.
But they have a significantly lower whatever it is.
Success, right?
Yeah, there's a name for it that I can't remember. But it's like making measures that are absolutely irreversible. It's the difference between blowing your head off versus like trying to OD on Advil. You know what I mean? Where it's like both individuals would be classified under suicidality, but one is fully mind made up. And so interestingly, over the last 100 years, I would imagine if the medical data is proposed to be true, which I would believe it is, that like autism and these other disorders have not spiked rapidly, but rather just increased in their diagnostic ability. But why this didn't manifest with those type of extreme outcomes 100 years ago or 50 years ago. You know what I mean? We've seen this giant rise in just people taking, again, like violent action. And if it is a result of anxiety, it would depression, whatever else.
It would be worth looking into, like, well, I mean, I guess not, though, because, like, think about it, like, if you want to take it back to, like, the 19th century, like, those people didn't have to shoot up a school. They would just go shoot up fucking whatever, and then ride off onto the. Well, no, I meant like the
World War
19th. The 19th century is the 1800s.
All right. Don't make me look like an idiot. I know that.
But like the Wild West and shit, and you played Red Dead Redemption. You just go fucking. You're out there. You just go shoot up the whole town. You move over to the next town. They don't know you're there.
I don't think it was happening like that.
I don't think so either. But
interestingly, I do think one point you may have there is that during those times, you became an adult much earlier in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That like your rite of passage was a lot sooner. And I do think that responsibility stifles the desire to find outcomes.
I think we also don't really have a rite of passage in this culture. We don't really have the same type of...
No, we do kind of infantilize the teens and then throw them to the wolves as soon as they're 19.
Yeah.
Which is a wild way of doing
that.
And we also like heavily vilify staying at home with family and stuff a lot of other cultures don't do. And I'm guilty of that. I still give my little brother shit.
Sure.
Like, yo, fucking move out, dog.
I give people shit that
go be a man.
Do that too.
Get your own place. Go get a job. And to clarify, my little brother he just got accepted into UF. He just started his first semester there.
Nice.
But he was at school. He's been in school for a few years. He changed his major a few times. He does part-time work, but he doesn't.
He's in school, dude. At least he's doing something.
He's 23?
I didn't finish till I was 29.
I know, but he's been in nonstop school since 18. I think he still has another 2 years.
Oh.
Like he hasn't taken any breaks.
Oh.
He just keeps changing his majors and losing credit hours every time.
That's the worst. Dude.
And I mean, luckily he's got federal grants for it
Right.
because he got like he just declared independent, and then his income wasn't high enough, so they give him like a little bit of money for tuition. So he doesn't have a ton of bills, but it's like I don't know. I still wish he would just get a job. He'd struggle more, and he would divert his focus. But you know, he wants to marry his girlfriend as soon as they graduate.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would not go from only ever living at my mother's house
To immediately living with your wife.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
That's
a big
crazy, dude.
like who won't even have like 2 years of living on his own before he lives with someone
No.
for the rest of his life.
Well, and then what
That to me
happens if
just
that
seems a
doesn't?
little
What happens
risky.
if that doesn't work out?
That's
It's
what I'm
like-
saying. You don't know how to. He doesn't get along with my mom. My mom doesn't like.
Well,
the
and
way he
also
does
like
shit
what
in the
happens if
house.
that shit happens when it's like when he's like 40, and then he's like, what are you gonna go live back with your mother when you're 40?
Right. Yeah, you gonna go get your own place now. Finally, at 40 years old. But that's my concern with him is that. Once again, like I don't think that he ever got properly transitioned to adulthood. Truthfully, I still think that he's very mature in a lot of ways.
Sure.
He's come a long way emotionally, but I am concerned that like with the lack of a rite of passage, that now he's still kind of a 19-year-old. You know what I mean? Like he's never like the adult experience, that struggle that teaches you about who you are as an individual.
Right.
The thing that gives you self-esteem and confidence of having done things over and over again and knowing that your independence is not something that happened by chance.
Right.
That you've earned the ability to do this, right?
Right.
Even if you don't do it well. Like I've struggled with it, but I can say confidently now that I'm able to pay all my own bills and I take care of my shit and now I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I know that I'm living alone because of I fought for my own way to do so. And with him, he doesn't have that.
No.
And now it feels like, too, kind of tying this back in, that there's this social pressure that comes along with it without the access to living that life. Like, it's very hard to go from high school to immediately being able to pay your own bills. Like that, we don't have the same level of apprenticeships and transition periods. So now it's like all these kids are fucking dealing with the weight of the world and all informed about politics at 14 and, you know, hyped up on this shit. And then at the same time, they got 13 and 14-year-olds on TikTok watching the fucking war in Palestine and Gaza. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you process all that when you know you're not going to pay your own bills till you're 20?
It's too fucking young to
too
care
much.
about all that shit.
Yeah, I got into politics when I was like 16. That shit fucked me up. I was a mad person for a few years. I was pissed all the time.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
God, the world's fucking retarded.
Yeah,
Everybody's retarded.
No, yeah.
And then I got to like 20 and I was like, dude, I gotta chill. My Instagram used to exclusively be political polls.
Ah,
It's it. I'd be like, what do you think about that? Short response or vote on it. And then I would post the responses with my response to it based on whatever people said. And then I would have all these like really interesting debates. And it was cool. I learned a lot. But I also, just like I said, I became so cynical at a young age.
Sure.
And I felt like I understood the world, but I had no power to influence it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's probably the thing with social media. I wonder how much that affects mental health and the youth. Is like, you know everything, but you can do nothing about it. Like, there's just a helplessness. Like, you're a 14-year-old. You can't change it.
And I think that's probably why people like are on social media so much, because they feel like they're changing something. They feel like they're at least tweeting out to something so everybody can see.
I mean, that's definitely a big problem with the couch advocates. They'll like post the black square for BLM. It's like, congratulations, you posted a black square on a Tuesday, and now you call yourself an advocate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't support. It's like, all right, brother. Do you understand anything about the nuance of like racial conflict? All right. Maybe go educate yourself before you try and take a stance of this moral superiority. It's really weird. But if you're 13, I mean, that conversation's probably not coming your way.
No.
You're just going to do it.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're kind of covered that topic, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? Do you want to
You got a song of the week?
Yeah, I could go song of the week. So last week I went with New Country Blues, right? So I can't go with that one again. What was this one? Oh, right. Did I go? Fuck. Did I go 16 tons yet?
Yes, you did.
I did. Okay, fuck. All right, we're gonna have to find another one here. Man, I've been listening to like, I really haven't been listening to that much different music lately. I just have been kind of listening to the same bluegrass stuff and like some Rattlesnake stuff. But how about oh, we'll go with there's a Billy Strings and Zach Top little 3-song album that they did, and there's one of them called I think it's called Things to Do, and it's it's Things to Do, and the main lyric of the song, or the main hook of the song is basically like, it's when did you say you're leaving, baby? I got things to do. And I think that's so funny. It's like he keeps on like saying like, yeah, like he's like, there's grass that needs mowing, there's fish that needs catching, beer that needs drinking, and a bar that needs closing, and a girl there that's needing holding to. When did you say you're leaving, baby? I got things to do. I love that shit, dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I've listened to a little bit of Zach Top. He's pretty
good.
sick.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
My song is "Pumped Up Kicks" by Foster the People.
Oh boy, that's perfect. Fucking. Hold on, wait.
No. Do the drum one.
Okay, hold on.
No, my actual song is "The Story of Us" by In Her Own Words.
Okay.
Shout out my boy Tyler. He's the drummer and writer for that band. He also, do you know A Day to Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of them.
Yeah, he wrote an album for them.
For them? Which one?
I don't know, but Tyler, the one that hangs out at the bar.
No shit. I was talking to him the other day.
Yeah,
Cool.
he wrote one of their whole albums.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's cool. I like them a lot.
Some pretty notable bands.
I like them a lot.
Yeah, In Her Own Words is pretty sick.
I'm a little bit nervous to see which album because I have opinions about all those albums, except for the like most recent ones.
I can probably tell you. Hold on.
I would rather you tell me off air.
Word.
You know.
All right, fair play.
But that's cool. That's cool, man. That's a really cool. You know, that's dope. Shout out Tyler. Okay.
Yeah, shout out the boy.
Yeah.
The only person in my entire life that I've ever told that I would let him date my sister.
That's nice.
He's the only person ever.
Nice.
Not a single other motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy story too, but
Yeah. We'll have him on sometime.
yeah, we should.
Yeah.
He wants to do one of the trauma battles. Speaking of, it's time to set that up. We want to bring this shit back, man. It's the best idea we've ever had on this podcast.
It's a great idea.
And we need more people for it.
Yeah.
So, if you are down to battle Tyler in a 1v1 trauma battle on air,
We're going to come up with better rules, better ways to play. And
let us know.
We just need to actually get down to do
And now that I am the GM at TK, that's Kava in Inglewood, Colorado,
Yo.
if you come on the podcast to do a trauma battle, I will personally insure your drinks for that day.
Yes, and I will have maybe made those drinks for that day.
Bingo.
Yes.
All
Anyway,
right, well, that's all we got.
that's all we got. Everybody else out there, write in. We got Malfunction Junction Podcast at gmail.com, as well as the Instagram at Malfunction Junction Podcast. Check us out. Subscribe to the Substack newsletter. I'm getting that going as soon as possible. There's been a couple of snafus with other priorities, and we're going to get that going. So, yeah.
Yeah, final disclaimer. If you or anyone you know may be going through a mental health crisis, please call a hotline. Go see a psychiatrist. If you have young children in your life, whether they're your kids, your brother's kids, your sister's kids, your friend's kids, whatever. Try and show them a little extra love, give them a little extra teaching, and help guide them into the world. All right, ready?
Absolutely.
Cool deal.
Yep. All right, everybody. You guys have a great rest of your weeks.
Kick rocks.